guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh my god, we're back. Sorry, I feel like I actually haven't filmed in quite a bit of time. Needed a little bit of rest, but we're back, and today I want to talk all things what they don't tell you about adulting. I realize the girl, your girl, is turning 29 years old this year. I still got a couple months to go, so I'm enjoying 28. I've entered my late 20s. Like, it's actually late 20s for real. So with that being said, it's kind of like just putting me in a place of reflection, and I just kind of want to talk about some of the things that I've learned in my 20s. I'm about to enter my last year of my 20s. Okay. We really grew up together, guys. Like, that's really a thing. Like, if some of you guys have been following me for years and years and years, right? When I was doing the natural hair videos, we have really grown up together, and I feel like this is probably something we're all dealing with at this point. Some of you guys may be a little bit younger, but still, we're all growing up, right? So we need to have some grown conversation, okay? So I want to talk all things adulting, what they don't tell you about adulting, what are some advice I'd give my younger self. Please, if you have any like pointers, tips, advice that you want to incorporate or like let each other know, please put it in the comment section, because I feel like as we're all navigating life, we all need wisdom. We need help. So please share, and I hope this is just something you guys can ponder on, and yeah, take it, leave it, whatever you want. Cool. So I'm gonna be doing my makeup. So as we kind of chat, we're gonna get into the makeup. Please don't mind my skin right now. I'm having a little bit of a breakout situation, but I didn't want to not make this video because of my skin. So just bear with it. And if you don't see anything good, that's the point. All of the products that I'll be using, I will have them linked in the description box. So, and I'm gonna try my best to put all the shades and put the links in right away, because I know y'all be asking, okay? So if you're excited for today's video, make sure to give this a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, you know, it's crazy because when I was younger, I thought that being an adult, first off, would be so far away. Why are we full-fledged adults now? Crazy. And I just thought like being an adult was all about freedom and making money and living my best life. And to an extent, I have experienced some of that, but like adulting is so much more. And there's just so many things I wish someone had kind of just told me and prepared me for. First off, I think adults need so much more support than we have or that we like to admit. We do. I feel like post-education system, we're just kind of like thrusted into the world and just supposed to figure it all out. I hate it for us, okay? So we're gonna talk 4 major points today. First, we're gonna talk about the emotional roller coaster of it all, the financial reality, building and maintaining relationships, and self-care and boundaries, okay? So let's get into it. Also, I don't know if y'all can see, but I'm having a little breakout right here, right? I learned about this hack using this Fenty Skin product. It's a BHA spot targeting gel. You put it on like your pimple, and it creates a barrier so that instead of like using a pimple patch, you can use this, except it's starting to peel already. And I didn't realize, like, it's everywhere else is pretty good, but this one is peeling. So if you see my face peeling, that's what's going on. It's better than using like pimple patches, because pimple patches can be like really thick and you can kind of see them. Anywho, the emotional roller coaster. So I feel like obviously adulting is not just a physical roller coaster or just about the financial journey of it all, right? It's an emotional one too. You experience a lot of highs and a lot of lows. A lot of lows that people don't talk about. I mean, a part of us has to, right? As different responsibilities grow, maybe you start having children, and it's just like you can't just break down because of inconveniences of life, right? But we're still experiencing these things. We have to find a way to kind of like process what's going on in our lives and all the changes, because if not, I always say, and science says, like energy has to go somewhere at the end of the day. So either you are expelling that energy in a healthy way, or you're internalizing everything and self-destructing. So, you know, we kind of see it with like maybe the older generation. You see older folks that are just like constantly projecting onto younger folks, and I really feel like all of that is just unprocessed energy that they've kind of held on to over the years. So your mental health is like, I know we talk about it a lot, but your mental health is really important. Your mental health is really important. And one of the things that I constantly pat myself on the back for is taking my mental health seriously and making it a priority for my life. I've been in therapy for years. And one day we'll talk about why, but not today. therapy has really helped me kind of process life over the years and all of the changes that happen to me as an adult, right? As a growing woman. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's absolutely okay to seek help if you feel like you need it, whether it's through therapy, talking to friends, or just generally finding healthy coping mechanisms. I have really found that I really enjoy therapy. It is so helpful for me because sometimes I don't want to burden my friends with certain things that maybe are a little bit more personal that I just don't feel like opening up to a friend about per se. And my parents are not gonna understand. So like, girl, I need to talk to a professional. If you are looking for some form of therapy, BetterHelp provides online therapy, so you can always like try them out. And today's video is sponsored by BetterHelp. I like BetterHelp because it connects you with a licensed therapist who's like trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. Sometimes you need unbiasedness, okay? And yeah, it's really easy to sign up. All you have to do is go onto their site. You can use my link, which I'll have here, or you can click the link in my description box. And yeah, and you answer a few questions and they'll match you with a professional who has years of experience with people who maybe have struggles like yours. And you can do it all from your phone or computer, whether it's through video call, phone call, or messaging, however you feel comfortable. And it's just the easiest way to start talking to a therapist. And you'll be matched with a therapist usually within 48 hours. So you can get started pretty fast. So yeah, make sure you guys check out BetterHelp, connect with a therapist that can support you. Again, you can click the link here or click the link that's in my description box to get started, or choose my channel name, Chizi Duru, during sign up, and you can enjoy a special discount on your first month. Do that, okay? And shout out to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. Life, especially as you get more into adulthood, sometimes you're gonna feel overwhelmed. You are, and that's okay. Like, that's all a part of the process of life. I've realized that learning to manage your stress and maintaining a healthy like work-life balance is key. We do not talk about that enough, okay? So let's talk about it. Stress management is real. As you like grow into adulthood, many of us like develop unhealthy coping mechanisms to manage stress that seem really cute, right? And they're quite normalized when you're young and hot. Whether it's like drinking culture in college, I feel like especially in America, like drinking is heavily normalized, and it's like heavy drinking. Whatever it is, whether you're using food for comfort, you have a lot of wine, you're taking drugs. Some of y'all are taking some hard drugs, or you're using sex, you're gambling, like whatever it is. Maybe you watch a lot of TV, maybe you scroll a lot on social media. Many of us, because we're adults now, are dealing with vices behind the scenes as a way to cope with the stress of life. And that's because you don't really know how to manage your stress in a healthy way. And I think it's really important to just like get honest with whatever it is that you're dealing with. When I tell you all of this is things I've experienced in my own life. You have to get honest about the things that you're doing and dealing with. If you won't even admit that maybe something could become an issue, or if it already is, there's no way that you're gonna be able to change it. Find somebody to talk to, a safe space, do whatever you have to do, and really start to seek healthy and active stress relievers. They be saying these things, but like it's actually really important, especially as you get older, because some of the stuff that we have normalized as ways to cope will start to catch up to you as you get older. And that's the part that nobody talks about. A lot of y'all see people, especially like, I'm the type of person, like I like to learn a lot from just like other people and maybe like mistakes that they've made. And like we really see the same thing happen, especially with like, let's say celebrities. You see them like start to develop like these drug problems, and half the time it didn't start 2 days ago. It started small and it built up over time, and it starts to catch up to you. So it's really important to find those healthy stress relievers, whether it's like listening to music, taking a bath, going on walks, listening to uplifting things, girl, get into your faith, like playing sports, doing childlike activities. Listen, let me tell you something. I started playing sports again. Like I've started playing basketball. Okay, I want to go find somewhere to play volleyball. I started playing tennis because I need to feel like a kid. And these are all ways to like relieve stress in a healthy way, right? Because you're active and it's fun, and usually a lot of these things surround community. So it's like a win-win. But yeah, I just feel like we need to do things that make us feel alive in a healthy way. Make us feel alive and just unleash your inner kid. If you have kids, maybe do it with your kids. I don't know. But but just whether it's an activity that you enjoyed as a child, I've picked up coloring books again. Yep, I be coloring. I need something that just doesn't involve a screen all day. I want to start knitting again. Just like, you know, just doing different activities to kind of help. And I feel like our future selves will definitely thank us. You won't have to deal with some of the things that come with developing unhealthy habits that follow you for the rest of your life. All right, so let's talk the financial reality, okay, of being an adult. So first things, I would say one thing that I learned is that your choices as a teenager and a young adult directly impact your earning potential and just like your financial health. And also a lot of the habits that you had as younger you tend to follow you. And that's I feel like that's going to be a big theme of just what I've learned in my 20s. A lot of the habits that you have now, they follow you when you're older. People think like you're just going to up and change one day. No. So unless you are very intentional about relearning and unlearning certain things, they will follow you into adulthood and beyond. Okay, your value does not equate to the amount of money you make, right? But being able to take care of yourself directly impacts your quality of life. Your quality of life, your mental health, how you view yourself, it will impact it. So you need to get like very intentional and honest about what you want in your life and start working towards those things financially. Like, so if you gotta go to school, if you gotta go to trade school, if you need to learn XYZ, you need to do that now. One of the things I also learned is like, it's not just about earning money, it's about managing it wisely. If you are generally a good person, you focus on your focus, you're gonna make money. You're gonna start making money eventually, right? You're gonna get a good job and you're gonna start making money. Baby, them bills really start billing after a while, especially the unexpected like expenses that always seem to pop up. At like the worst time. So, you know, there's bills, there's rent, there's insurance, there's taxes, there's so many things. And then the unexpected things, of course. And it's just like, man, listen, budgeting and saving is essential. It is. It's so essential. You need an emergency fund, you do, and you need to know and understand how to plan for the future financially. Financial literacy is so crucial, and we don't talk enough about it. I'm sure we do, but like low-key we don't. Understanding credit, understanding investments, how to, you know, make your money grow, financial planning, like all of these things can make a huge difference in your financial health and just like where you will be in 10, 15, 25 years. So I would definitely, like, one thing I'm so glad that I did and I'm still doing, because you never stop learning as an adult, right? You always want to be a student of life. Like, you need to take your financial literacy very, very important and really understand it and stay on top of your finances. So one thing that has really helped me is getting a financial advisor through your bank. Getting a financial advisor is amazing, whether you want to pay for one if you have the luxury, or you can get a financial advisor through your bank, which usually are free. So for example, like with Northwestern Mutual, I don't even bank with them per se. Well, I use them for like my investment accounts, but they offer like a financial advisor who's free, who literally you can use to like help set you up for investment accounts, retirement stuff, insurance, like so many things. And honestly, I literally talk to him like monthly or at least quarterly to just to keep up with like, what am I doing with my investments? It's really, really, really important. Like, this is not something that's for the elite. It's literally, it's free. When I found out about that, I was like, wait a minute. And when I tell you, it was a lifesaver. One thing that gets a lot of people, right, is when you start making money, you start making some change. You start making some real like good money, but you don't ever like save, and not even just save, like you don't put your money in places where it can start to like develop compound interest, where it's like it's growing on itself instead of just like sitting in a savings account and never actually growing. And then your expenses go up and you don't even realize that high key you're living paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, you may be making $100K a year, year, or 200K a year, or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or a mil and beyond, because over here we don't operate in lack, okay? We need to expand our mind. It is possible to be a millionaire. Yes, it is. Say it. I will be a millionaire. It is very possible. It is not out of reach. That's another thing I had to start realizing. Like, I had to open up my mind, and this comes with hearing. I had to start believing and realizing, like, wait. I can actually be like financially free. That is possible. I can make millions of dollars a year. It may seem far-fetched right now, but it's possible, and understand that like that is attainable for me. And it's attainable for you too. You gotta start believing that at first. Like, maybe you're not there yet, but you gotta believe that, because when you do get there, you need to now understand how to manage that. Because you can make $1 million, you can make 500K, you can make 100K, and still have nothing at the end of it because you don't know how to manage your finances. So please, make that a priority. All the information that you ever need in life and knowledge is already available to you. If you're on YouTube, you have access, you're watching it right now, you have access to all the information that you need when it comes to financial literacy, okay? So use YouTube to your advantage and learn the things you need to learn when it comes to financial literacy. If you have the means, which you will, build a financial team, okay? Have a good accountant on deck, have a financial advisor to help with just financial planning, have a bookkeeper on a more practical level for yourself. Make sure you're always reviewing your finances. That is one thing. Make sure you are on top of your finances. What's helping me is looking at my finances weekly versus like just whenever. Look at it weekly, because then I start seeing what's going in and out for the week constantly, and I start noticing like, oh, you spent a lot here. Okay, first off, this bronzer, Patrick TA. I think this is She's Defined. The shade is She's Defined. She's so good. I love base makeup. It's just incredible. Building and maintaining relationships. I have a lot to say here, but let me make it quick. One, finding your tribe, right? People that support, that uplift, that understand you is really invaluable. We're not meant to do life alone, right? We always need people. What I think is really important is to surround yourself with positivity and just people that just truly care about you and also want more for you. Because like at the end of the day, you can build all the wealth in the world. Do all the self-care. What you're gonna remember at the end of the day is just the memories with people. You might as well like surround yourself with like incredible people that just love you, that you love, and that just make the whole experience of life better. That's a great way to think about it. I'm gonna take that. And again, I'm always gonna say, I really feel like adults need way more support than we like to admit. We just need a lot of support. So in terms of just all aspects of relationships, right? I don't know where I got this advice from or where I got this concept from. It was probably just me learning, whatever. The concept of having a board of advisors for your life. What does that mean, Chizi? Let me put you on. First of all, I done learned a couple things in my life. Y'all, I hope y'all taking notes. This is some good advice. Not that nonsense that some people be giving y'all. Some of y'all need to fine tune the people y'all listening to, because they're giving you very nonsense advice. Let me just tell you. Nonsense. Anyway, I'm gonna put a link down below that kind of just like talks about the concept of a board of advisors, but because like I don't think I can actually give it complete justice, but or just like, look into it yourself. But anyway, it's basically just like having, I don't know, like, the concept of a board of advisors for like a company. You want to have that for like your life, essentially. So one of the things that you're going to have within your board of advisors are just like friends and family. These are people that are going to love you through thick and thin. Whether you do good, you do bad, they're going to be there for you regardless, because they just love you. People that you can lean on, right? They may not tell you the truth all the time, or they may sugarcoat it because they love you, but you know what they're for. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like for me, those are like my parents. They want the best for me, of course. They want me to come up higher, but regardless, they're just gonna be there for me. Whether I make a mistake or not, they're gonna be like, come. And I'm like, you need people like that. And then you're gonna have like mentors or people that are in a role or an area of life that you aspire to be like, or you want to grow in. Whether that's like your physical health, and that could be somebody like maybe a trainer. You want to aspire to grow with your fitness. You get a trainer. That's technically a mentor. Whether that's career, right? You want to climb up the corporate ladder. You want to, I don't know, be a doctor. Like, you're gonna have a mentor that's already in that. You aspire to be them. Cool. Or be like them. they're gonna help you spiritually, right? Or maybe a pastor. You need somebody that's just gonna help push you in an area that you want to grow in. This is starting to peel, but whatever. Okay, so you're gonna have mentors, and then you're gonna have like people in your industry. Maybe they're in another organization, but like they're in your industry of some sort for in your career. If you're a teacher, you know other teachers that work somewhere else, or if you are a engineer, you know other engineers, you get my drift, okay? And then you're gonna have people in a completely different industry. You want someone that's maybe like 15 years older than you, so that you're getting some wisdom from people that have crossed a little bit further than you. Yo, let me tell you something. Get some older folk in your life. There is nothing like the wisdom of some older folks. And if you honestly have parents that are like okay in the head, sorry, because some people's parents are not okay, all right? But if you have parents, man, uncles, aunties, whoever, just some older folks, start talking to them. They got some wisdom on them. And I don't know, I feel like the older I get, the more I really appreciate their wisdom more. I love talking to people that have lived. Woo! They will put you on to some things, okay? And then also someone that's younger than you, 10, 15 years younger than you. You also need people like that in your life, because them folks gonna keep you young. Do I have that? I need one of those. I mean, I have a couple, but like, not that much younger. All right, I'm gonna put that in, because yeah, you need that. That's what I would say in terms of relationships when it comes to like career and just like your personal wellness and stuff. And then also like friendships, right? As you get older, you realize like relationships really do take effort, but they're really important. Whether it's friendships, family, romantic relationships, people grow and change. You may not stay friends with someone forever, and that's the beauty of life. Like, that's okay. Recognizing the concept that friendships can have seasons, and also like the concept that maybe you guys aren't not necessarily like not friends anymore, but y'all are not as close as you once used to be. That's a thing too, okay? Your childhood best friend may not have the same level of like, maybe y'all don't talk as much or y'all don't share as much personal stuff, but y'all still cool. That's okay too. Friendships and the level and the priority can shift. But either way, I think it all boils down to the fact that communication and effort is crucial in maintaining like healthy relationships. And one thing that I can say about some of my friendships now, like they require like some check-ins, right? We just need a little, hey, what's going on? Like how are things going with our friendship? You don't even have to wait until there's a problem. Like just talk like, what can I do more of, right? And just creating that space where you guys can be like, hey, I could use this, or I don't like when you do that. I love when you do this, like just having that healthy communication with people in your life is incredible and important. All right, let's talk about self-care and boundaries. I feel like, let me not say no one tells you, but like taking care of yourself, taking care of yourself is actually really important. I feel like self-care, while it can include these things, it's not all the things, right? So self-care isn't just about the spa days and the relaxation, which it can be, absolutely, and those things are very important too, especially like as your responsibilities start to increase. Like you really do need to learn how to like unplug and find like ways to just relax for a little bit. I think self-care is about doing what's necessary to maintain your physical, your emotional, your mental, and your spiritual health, ultimately, right? All right, so let's talk about the most, let's say, obvious one, which I would say is like hygiene, okay? One thing I think we tend to do is assume that everyone kind of grew up the same way and that everyone should just know hygiene. And that's actually not the case. I don't know. Everyone's situation is different and not everyone is taught hygiene. So I really think it's important as you're becoming a woman and an adult, you have to learn how to properly take care of yourself hygiene-wise as a woman. It's not just about the fragrances. It's about how to wash up properly in the bathroom, in the shower, right? Like making sure not to use scented stuff down there, using a wash rag, washing that, changing that out constantly. Like these are things that are really, really important as you are an adult, because you just got to learn how to take care of yourself. Using the right deodorants, using oil on your skin after you come out the shower, because that really traps in the moisture and makes your skin softer, things like that. These are really important things too. Just make sure you look into proper, good hygiene techniques. And sometimes, you just have to teach yourself that as an adult. And that's just life, okay? Don't be ashamed or afraid to do that. You gotta do what you gotta do, sis. Okay. Setting boundaries, I think, is also a part of self-care, okay? It's really important. You need to learn how to say no. And this is for me, like, I had to learn how to say no, not with like everything in my life. So an example of this is like with opportunities when it comes to career stuff. Maybe you're working a job and like they're like, ooh, can you do this? You have to learn how to say no to protect your energy, and like so that you don't spread yourself thin. Whether that has to do with career advancement, you're in school, right? So you have to learn how to say no to other stuff. Your physical health, you got to learn how to say no to certain foods and your health needs. You just have to learn to identify what's important to you in this season, right? And learn how to prioritize that thing. You don't have to excommunicate your support system just because you are working on a certain journey or whatever. One advice that one of my coaches gave me and one of my mentors gave me is like, when you're going on a journey of some sort, right, and you know you're gonna have to pull back in some type of way, let the people in your life that you love and care about, let them know about it and give them the opportunity to choose if they want to be a part of that journey or not. So sometimes we'll go through this thing, right, where, okay, maybe we have to pull away for some time, and we just like excommunicate everybody. We cut people off. Nope, you don't. And it's like, you didn't even give them a chance to like choose if they want to like support you in that or like be a part of that journey with you. And then lastly, when it comes to just like self-care, I think it's important to find a routine that works for you and really prioritize it, right? Obviously it's going to change throughout different seasons of your life, but just find something that always keeps you rooted, always keeps you sane. The health just keeps you balanced, finding those things that help you. So whether that's exercising, prayer, like doing different hobbies, those childlike activities, journaling, whatever it is, music, dancing, whatever those things is, find it and create like a little routine. Doesn't have to be the same every day, but do something that kind of balances you as you are constantly going all the time. You know, just something that balances you to keep you rooted. The concept of like you can't pour from an empty cup is a very real thing. Like you really cannot pour from an empty cup. So you have to take care of yourself. I would say those are kind of the things that I've kind of learned. I'm using Patrick TA. So yeah, those are the things that I've kind of learned throughout my 20s and in this adulthood journey of mine. I saw a TikTok video that had said like, when you turn 29 and nothing is funny anymore. Sometimes I feel like that, but then I'm also like, I think that kind of ages you too. I think youth is a mindset at the end of the day. You do gotta take your life seriously. And I don't think it starts at adulthood, to be honest. I think the younger you start to realize that like life is life and you only get one of it. And if you want to set yourself up for the best life possible, then be smart. You're gonna learn, right? You're gonna live and you're gonna learn. That is what adulthood and life is all about. The lessons and the challenges, and those are the things that are gonna help you grow. So it's not always easy. And I feel like it gets harder. It definitely gets harder. It's not always easy, right? But it's a part of life. And ultimately, I think all we can do is really embrace the journey. We are living. I was telling, who was I telling? I was, at the end of the day, we are in the land of the living. So each day that you have breath, there's hope. Because we're in the land of the living, bro. You're alive. We're alive. And to me, that's like incredible. What a gift. You know, sometimes life be a little ghetto, but it's like, at least I'm alive though. So I'm gonna enjoy this place. So I think it's all about embracing the journey. Girl, release it. It's okay to not have everything figured out. You're not gonna have everything figured out. You're just not. We're all learning as we go. We really are all learning. I think you honestly have to get used to the concept of change and the unknown. Change and the unknown. Just get very used to it, okay? Things are always gonna change. That's the only constant in life, change. And there's always gonna be this area of life that is just unknown and you have to venture into it and you're scared. That's a part of life, okay? But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for getting dressed with me and ready with me. The makeup, she's eating. The hair is so cute, guys. This is, I'm gonna link it. This is heat-free hair. I have like a sew-in in, but I have my perimeter out. Oh my God, was my hair sticking out the whole time? It was. I know it was, because I told myself I was gonna fix that before the video started and I never did. Again, I'm gonna link everything in my description box, so just open that up so you know all the makeup details. But yeah, this is heat-free hair, and this is the curly bundles. I have 3 bundles in. I believe this is 20 inches, and yeah, I'll link that also in the description box. Please let me know your thoughts, like any older folks, okay? Please, please, please help the growth out. Give your advice, your experiences below. I would love to hear them, and I'm sure somebody else would really appreciate it. Let me know if you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That helps me out, lets me know that y'all are enjoying this type of content, and it pushes it out to others. Share it with other people. Make sure you're subscribed, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one.